is part of Earthcare, and as much as anything it's an R&D site. It's where we can develop ideas around environmental, social or regenerative activities, and it's where we can actually sort of, on a larger scale, actually deliver these things. We gather plastics from the factories and from the shops, customer returns and so on. We process them through here, through several bits of machinery we've got. Some of it is just straightforwardly cutting it up, making it smaller, devoluming it. Some of it is washing it and processing it, ready for it to be melted down and turned back into black pots or made back into other things within the industry. Yeah. The idea of closed loop is to be able to retain the value within the product, really. So black pot will go get to filling, be filled with the product, then go out to the customer, then can be used by the customer, come back through our shops to ourselves. We'll then break the pot down, smash it up into little bits, clean it all, and turn it back into a black pot, put it back to filling and round again. So what it does is that the energy that's been invested in the pot to start with, rather than start throwing it away and making a new one, you keep the energy going around effectively. It's very difficult for us to do stuff without packaging. We're trying, that's where we're going, but whilst we've still got packaging in our loop, we're trying our best to make sure it has the least impact. We're very responsible about the product we make, where the sourcing of raw materials, how good the product is and all those sorts of things. We should be equally responsible about the packaging, and we are, and that responsibility is something that I think mature and responsible companies take on.
I run the product donations department, so we receive all of the 21-day freshness policy stock. That then goes out to different charities, demo boxes for the shops.
Different products going to some to shops and some to charities, yeah, and maybe even some abroad maybe.
We also have random acts of kindness, 3 wishes. So we spend the whole week basically receiving stock, sorting it out, and then sending it out to some lovely, lovely places. So it's really quite cool to be involved in.
So we're looking all the time to take the next step. So we want to closed loop recycle more of our plastic. We want to look at different ways of reducing energy usage within Manu. We want to look at different ways of engaging with sort of slush type projects or overseas projects. One of our groups we were working with were producing moringa oil. They were doing it with old machinery in a shed that was full of diesel smoke because they had a diesel generator. What we looked at was the existing process and said what's good about it and what's bad about it. We then went out and bought equipment that we trialled, we tested, to see if we could replicate the existing process and then improve it. We managed to find an oilseed press that met most of our requirements. We then worked on developing that oilseed press to get it working really efficiently, exactly how we wanted. And the figures are we were getting an 8% yield beforehand. We're over 20% yield at the moment. So significantly improved the economics of the project, but also stopped the waste of wasting a load of oil that we couldn't extract properly. And it was through doing it at the Green Hub where it's a good environment to try things like that, because we can try and get it wrong or we can try and get it right, but it's a good environment where we can do it and sort of develop as we go through. Our partners, our suppliers are benefiting. We benefit, sure, we get the oil, but they benefit as well because they get the efficiency. And the more we can do that, the happier I am. What I didn't want to do was replicate what the rest of the industry did. It was sort of, you can do things by putting lots of energy in, you can do things with lots of chemicals, and you can do things in an intense sort of damaging way, but strip away the bits you don't need and try and start from basics, and all of a sudden you can achieve a lot if you just think about it hard enough. And as I said, it was a risk, but it paid off. Yeah.